Right, I've wanted a meeting with you today because, as you know, we've arranged a mid-placement meeting in a couple of weeks. And prior to that meeting, I wanted you to be aware that there are some issues. I'm sure you have been aware that you pick up sometimes that there are some issues that you're not quite meeting targets. And I don't think you're on track at the moment to pass the placement the way things are going.
I don't understand why that is, to be honest.
Well, let me point it out. There have been a few absence days where you've been absent and you haven't explained yourself, and those days need to be made up.
Right.
You've been fairly short with some of the colleagues, and I've been asking you for your portfolio several occasions and I still haven't seen it yet. So
Right, okay. I mean, as for the absences, I've been ill, so I know that I need to make days up, which I will do. But if I'm ill, I'm ill. So
but did you
I don't
contact
understand.
anybody in the office to say you were ill? Did you follow the
I think it's-
agency policy?
No, I mean, I rang the manager. I think I texted him actually, which probably I could have called. But
We have systems in place
Right.
for such things as absences, illness, and you need to follow those systems.
Right.
And that isn't texting the manager, it's actually contacting the office
right,
before 9 o'clock to let everyone know that you won't be in that day, and therefore continue to do that until you
Right,
get a
okay.
doctor's note if your illness is going to be for any
I
length
think
of time.
that's probably a concern because I was ill a few days at a time.
And
I think
nobody
about 2 or
really
3
knew.
occasions,
Yes,
yeah.
we didn't know why or when you would be back, because I think you contacted somebody out of office hours
Right.
and nobody knew, and we were all
Yeah, I know.
wondering. And that's not really the way we want to do things if we're looking at.
I didn't actually think it was that much of a problem because I thought I'd be making the days up anyway. So
That is aside to what this
Right.
problem is. The days you will make up because you have to do the days stipulated in the learning agreement.
Oh,
So that
right,
goes
okay.
without question. You will be making the days up.
Right.
But it's when you are off ill that other people need to know, because there are caseloads or work that you may have that needs to be looked at by the person
Right.
on duty or some other member of staff, because you may have a home visit arranged and that person will be waiting for you, the service user, and if you don't let people know, then
Yeah, I mean, some of the times that I was away was mainly due to personal problems as well. And I know that you're going to say that I shouldn't let my personal problems affect my work, but they have been. So
and
I
why
mean,
didn't
that's
you approach me if you had some personal problems? I'm not saying to divulge your personal problems, but so that I had an awareness of other things going on in your life, so I could have related that to perhaps some of my colleagues.
Yeah, I mean, I maybe because I just thought they'd just get sorted out, to be honest. I didn't think it would affect my placement, but it has been affecting.
Are these personal issues still ongoing?
No, everything's fine now.
It's resolved
Yeah.
now. So we can look at starting a placement
And
now.
That's affected my absences, and that's the reason why I've been absent at some points.
Does the university know this?
No.
Your personal tutor?
No.
So nobody's known about it, and everyone's wondering why the work's not getting completed or why you keep having days off. So unless you
Right,
make other
okay.
people aware, i.e. myself, your personal tutor, the university, we'll only assume that you're not happy with the placement or the work that's being
no,
given you, or you're not capable of doing the work that's being given, because
Right,
you're not coming in and doing it.
Right. I mean, no, the placement's totally fine. I'm fine with the placement. It's just maybe I haven't shown that I'm capable. But I am. I know I am.
So how do you think is the best way to approach this, to change you may fail the placement to
I don't
it's going to
understand
be a
why I'm going to fail. I
success?
mean, you mentioned something about me being short with colleagues.
I've had 2 different colleagues on different occasions come in and complain about your attitude to me.
My attitude.
Yes.
Maybe that's because I had other things on my mind and stuff, and
So perhaps because you've had other things on your mind, they didn't know that.
Right.
I didn't know that. So perhaps it would be a good idea after this meeting to go and perhaps offer some kind of apology to them, and an explanation. You don't have to say what your personal problems were, but that you've had a word with me and you realise that perhaps your attitude wasn't as it should have been, and that you apologise for being anything other than professional towards them.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
And perhaps we could draw a line here now and look at some of the actions that
Does that
you
mean
have
I'm
to
gonna-
take responsibility for.
But am I going to actually fail my
Well, if we
placement?
put a plan in action, and you meet those action points
Right.
over the next 2-3 weeks, I'm going to perhaps look at putting off the mid-placement meeting for maybe another week, if that's possible,
That's
so that I
fine.
can
mean,
get a better, more positive picture that you really are going to get your head down and get on with the work, and that you are over your personal issues, and that your attendance is good. And
I know. As long as hopefully my attendance will stay fine now. As for my portfolio, to be honest, I've updated. I think my diary's up to date, but as in the evidence and stuff, I've not really put anything in as much yet. But I do have it.
so what I want now is we'll meet again in 5 days, and I
Right.
want you to bring the portfolio to me.
Just the evidence of that.
You can work on it or not work on it. I
No, I'll
need to
work
see
on
your
it.
portfolio. I want to see your journal, and I want to see some of the evidences that you think match up and link up with what you've been doing.
Right.
I definitely need to see the portfolio
No, that's
before
fine.
anything
Yeah.
in the next supervision session. Otherwise,
The only reason I don't bring it is not because I don't want to bring it, it's because I've been forgetting, to be honest. Because I've had so much things.
you
on
have a
my mind.
diary. We've given you a diary.
Yeah,
You
I
need to
know.
learn to use the diary, mark everything down, dates, times, get your organisation
Right.
and your time management
Yeah.
up to scratch. Otherwise, it will be quite negative, the mid-placement meeting.
I just didn't think it was this much of a problem, to be honest.
Well, that's why I wanted to discuss it with you beforehand, because I'm
Right.
going to bring up these issues at the mid-placement meeting, but I'd like to bring them up with a view that things are getting better. So you have a 2.5 week, 3 week chance now to
Right.
kind of try and
Yeah,
meet
will
the
do.
targets we're discussing, and therefore I can speak with a bit more optimism at the
Right, okay.
mid-placement meeting, rather than just say, look, it's not going well, and if you carry on like this, you're going to fail. I'd like to think that we have some positive actions in place, and
Yeah.
I've seen an improvement.
Right.
It,
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, everything. I mean, I don't have anything else that would affect it now. I know things have been getting to me, but
and
hopefully now.
and would
everything's
you make sure that you ensure that you follow the agency's policy about sickness and ringing in and
fine?
letting
Yeah,
people
I mean,
know?
I have to. Hopefully, I won't be sick, but obviously, I can't guarantee it. But
No,
I will. I'll follow the procedure. I just didn't think it would be that much of an issue. Really.
and then like everyone in the office, all the social workers on the agency books, they need to then have a back to work interview, which is what we
right.
expect the students to follow as well, which
Right.
you've
Okay.
not had because we've not known where you are, or
Right.
you know, you've not used the whiteboard to say where you'd be when
Right.
you're going out. So you need structure in your day, and you
Right,
need to
okay.
know that
No, I
you're
will-
following protocols.
I will do that now. So, as long as I get up to scratch now, it wouldn't. I mean, it may, but hopefully, it wouldn't affect
It's all
up to what I
up
do
to
now.
what you do
Right,
now.
okay.
So if you follow and I see a big improvement, then we shouldn't have a problem, and you make the days up.
Right,
That's
okay.
fine. However, if you continue the way you have been doing,
Right.
there's a high chance, very likely, that I will be recommending a fail.
Oh. Okay.
So I think it's best to tell you now
Yeah.
than
No,
tell
no,
you
thank
nearer
so much.
towards
I
the
will-
end of the placement.
Hopefully, I mean, I will. I'll do better now. hope so.
It's in your hands and I'm here to help you. So any problems you have, please come to me.
Right, I
Any
will do.
confidences, issues,
Right.
anxieties, come to me and we'll sort them out. If you don't come to me or go to the workplace supervisor, then nobody can help you
Yeah,
because
exactly.
we're
No,
not
that's
knowing
fine.
what's going on.
No, I will do. Thank you.
Okay, so
That's
we'll
fine.
fix a date for the next meeting and
Right.
you'll bring your portfolio.
No, yeah, I'll definitely bring that with me. That's
Okay
fine.
then,
All
that's
right,
good.
thank you. Thanks.